Chapter 6, the separation distance of stars and atoms. The stars are separated from each other by about 32 trillion miles, according to modern scientists. We'll use this number to find out by how much the atoms in the Earth are separated from each other. The proportion is the same because the Earth is a mini universe. Let's look at this again. The solar system is 7,900 million miles in size. It's separated from its neighbors by 32 trillion miles. How many solar systems would fit in this distance if we could line them up from the sun all the way to the next star? The answer is 32 trillion miles divided by 7,900 million miles equals 4,000. We may call this the proportion of separation. That means 4,000 star systems will fit in the distance separating two stars. How many atoms will fit in the distance separating two atoms? 4,000. The same law applies. As above, so below. It's clear that most of the sky consists of empty space. The distance between any two neighboring stars is so large that it can accommodate 4,000 star systems, and yet there are only two stars in that whole distance. The rest is empty space. We may think of each star system as sitting at the center of a huge bubble of empty space 32 trillion miles across. It's like that with every star system throughout the entire universe. If our intuition is correct, that all star systems are separated from each other by about the same distance. The same is true then for the Earth and its atoms. Most of the volume of the Earth is empty space because 4,000 atoms can fit in the space between any two atoms. Now we must let our minds be free to think clearly. When we say that most of the volume of the Earth is empty space, someone might ask, why don't we fall through this empty space? We can fall through the empty space between stars, but not that between atoms. These are microscopic spaces. The atoms themselves are even more microscopic, being 4,000 times smaller. That's what we mean when we say the Earth is mostly empty space. The atoms are so tiny compared to the space between them that they occupy very little of the Earth's total volume. So yes, the Earth is made of mostly empty space, just like the sky, but no, we cannot fall through. If the stars are separated by 32 trillion miles, by how much are the atoms separated? The proportion of separation is the same, it's 4,000. The size of the atom is 1/4 millionth of an inch across. Multiplying this by the proportion of separation, we get 1/4 millionth inch times 4,000 equals 1,000th of an inch. Therefore, any two atoms are separated by 1,000th of an inch, just like any two stars are separated by 32 trillion miles. Now we are closer to finding out the size of the universe. We just have to find out how many atoms make up the Earth, and that will tell us how many stars make up the universe. The law of creation has made an Earth whose size we can handle and use to understand the universe, whose size we cannot handle so easily.
Actually, Blackroots, we are 1 light year from the closest star of Alpha Centauri. It is a fairly easy calculation. I remember it from high school. 1 light year equals 60 seconds times 60 minutes times 24 hours times 365.25 days, not sidereal, times 186,000 miles per second, which equals 5.8697136 times 10 to the 12th degree miles. Thus, the Earth star Sol is 5.86 trillion miles from Alpha Centauri.
According to the Amateur Astronomer's Handbook on page 253, the nearest star to our sun is 4.33 light years away. More recently, in the Oxford Astronomer's Encyclopedia, page 10, Alpha Centauri, the closest naked eye star to the sun, is 4.4 light years away. That's 25.8 trillion miles. Also, page 323, Proxima Centauri is the closest star to the sun at 4.22 light years away. This is not a naked eye star, but can be seen by telescope. These are only two stars. Another is the star Altair, located at 16.8 light years away, or the well-known star Sirius at 8.6 light years away, or 49 trillion miles. The Earth, or our solar system, is surrounded by many thousands more that are a bit farther away. They all form a canopy or bubble, so to speak, that completely surrounds our solar system. The ceiling of this bubble may indeed be approximated at 32 trillion miles.